Yeah.
So it doesn't matter the talent level. You're willing to work.
I'm willing to record.
Willing to record. Yeah.
You want to beat though, you got to be nice.
And we're here. KTwist. KTwist is my boy. I mean, he's helped me with almost everything I have done. Like, that's my dog. Like, that's my homie. I gotta ride for the homie. He helped me with the Loft season 1, breaking down and setting up. He helped me with season 2. He's helping me now, obviously. He's helped me with my music, creating my sound. He's helped me with so much, like even with some videography stuff, like he's helped me with. So I'm just excited just to talk to my boy and just put it on camera. Like I think more people need to know who KTwist is, and this is your opportunity too.
It's just a light clean. That's up. Welcome back to Loft Podcast Season 2. We got a very exciting, interesting, smart, intelligent, creative, humble human being in the building today. But before we get to this great man, we're going to introduce the room. We got Josh Graz in the building. Hello. And he's behind, he's doing the cameras and he's doing the tables.
I had my mic off, so nobody heard me say hello.
He's taking his job. If you guys didn't notice who it is so far, and you guys didn't read the caption, the title of this video, we got KTwist in the building.
That's right.
That's right. So honestly, why I wanted to do this podcast is because people hear your name before they even meet you. They hear, you got to work with KTwist. You got to get things done with KTwist before they actually know who KTwist is. I don't think everybody ever
Who's saying that?
I don't think anybody's actually ever seen you.
I mean, yeah, I try to keep a low profile.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just,
you don't like to be in the limelight?
No, I've always been behind the scenes for a lot of things I do. So
respect it. So let's dive into who KTwist is. So first of all, I want to ask you, how'd you come up with the name KTwist?
I mean, it's sort of an interesting story, but not really. My cousin, he used to be a DJ.
Yeah.
And he went by Conflict.
Conflict, okay.
So my last name's Khan.
That makes sense.
So we had a bunch of like puns on the name, on the word Khan.
Yeah.
So I think I just saw he had like an Xbox music playlist called Con Art Twist.
Yeah.
And I just sort of stole that from him.
You stole KTwist?
Well, it's the word con artist, and then with the little twist in it.
I see what you're saying. So, when did your passion for music begin? Like,
I mean, my very first passion was film.
Okay. Oh, it wasn't music.
I've always been into music. Like, I got a keyboard when I was like in 3rd grade or so. And I sort of played little melodies and that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if you ask anyone in high school, like I was the film guy.
You were the film guy?
People came to me to edit their video projects, calculus videos and whatever.
Okay.
But then I slowly started moving towards music because I got more into the editing side of video.
Yeah.
And I just liked editing.
You just liked editing?
In general. I like editing video, editing audio clips.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started a little hip-hop group with one of my friends. And he made beats and rapped. And
what age was that when you started the hip-hop groups?
That was like freshman year, high school maybe.
Oh, yeah?
Like yeah.
So you were editing for a little bit?
I was editing for a little bit. And then I slowly just gradually moved towards music.
Who was your first artist that you remember working with? For music.
For music.
What is it, Khaleesi?
Well, that was like my post after high school.
Okay, so in high school, do you remember your first?
In high school, there was a couple of kids I would record and stuff.
Yeah.
But like when I started taking it seriously, I guess Khaleesi might be one of the first guys. Like when I went to Utica College afterwards.
Yeah. Would you say? That's so funny because when we were talking about this before this podcast, you worked with so many people. It's so wild.
The list is long.
The list is long. But before we get to naming everybody, who would you say influenced you to be or become a producer?
I I mean, I went through different phases of like producers that I got really interested in. Mm-hmm. The first one I can think of is Timbaland.
I was
obsessed with Timbaland and Pharrell. Still obsessed with them. Yeah. But I went through a huge Timbaland and Pharrell kind of phase where I didn't even care what the artist was. I just found all the beats that he produced for different artists. I would just listen to that.
That's fire.
And take that, and then like the list grew to so many different producers like Kanye West, Alchemist.
You see, when I mean Twist is knowledgeable about everything, it's kind of crazy because you since I know you, it's kind of fun because we can have this conversation. You know from the now producers where like it's like Hit Boy. Yeah. You know all of them. You can honestly, if you wanted to, create kind of like them. And you can also create like Timbalands, the Pharrells, the Kanyes.
You can hear their style kind of a little bit, like little parts of their style in my stuff.
I could definitely hear Timbaland in your stuff.
Yeah, he was a big influence.
I could definitely hear it. So was one of your favorite albums The Blueprint?
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, of all time, that's one of my favorite albums for sure.
See, I know my guy, you know? I know my guy.
A lot of Kanye production on there.
Yeah.
I think Timbaland produced one or two of them.
Yeah. Off the top of your head, I know this is probably going to be hard because you work with so many people. Off the top of your head, who would you say is the most lyrical that you've worked with?
That I've worked with, who's the most lyrical?
That's kind of hard because I was trying to think back. Well, actually...
You know... Shout out Bree Poet.
She
was one of my favorite artists.
Bree was honestly, Bree could freestyle a whole album if she wanted to. Like not like saying like, because most artists freestyle albums, but she can legit stand in one sitting and just freestyle everything. She's so good.
So good.
That's wild.
Yeah. Who else is lyrical? I mean, Eric Joyce.
Eric Joyce is very lyrical.
Yeah. He always has a message in his music. That,
definitely strong messages in every single track. Yeah. And all if it's not just that single track, it's the whole album makes sense to that to that specific what he's trying to get a point across. Yeah, I agree. I would also say Saya.
Ooh, shout out Saya.
Yeah, I remember when he used to rap back in the day. He said he had some bars.
Yeah,
bro.
He was nice. He's probably still nice.
He's probably still nice. Yo, I need a track, bro. Come back out. You heard me? Who is this just make this fun. Who is the longest, like the session you know is the session's gonna be so long when they come book a session with you? What artist do you think that you worked with?
It depends. I mean, Quez can be kind of both. Like he'll sometimes come and just knock out like 4 tracks real quick. Sometimes we'll spend like hours on just 1 or 2 songs.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I've definitely done that to Twist where I didn't come with nothing. I came with no written music, no beat, no idea at all. And me and Twist just we just sat there trying to create something.
I mean, a long session doesn't necessarily mean a bad session.
No, true.
You just get to work. The time flies when you're like in the zone.
No, seriously with you, like you make the way you have your studio set up. Like I'm pretty sure I'm playing the video right now. The way you have your studio set up, it's so inviting and calm where you kind of feel at home. And your ideas flow so genuinely.
I try to make the artist comfortable.
Yeah.
So they can really get their ideas across.
No, seriously. Yeah. It's like, I've been to other studio sessions where it's like, bro, you got your stuff? Nah? All right, well, you gotta go. Or pay me your bread and dip. Like, it's, with your vibe and the way you come off, and you're like, bro, whatever you got, we can create. If you have something in your head, I can make the beat for you on the spot. Would you rather make the beat on the spot or understand the artist and then create for that artist?
I mean, a lot of the songs I do work on are on the spot stuff. Like I mean, if I'm producing for that artist that I'm working with, then I do like to make it in front of them. Just so we can kind of bounce ideas off each other.
It's fun making it with you, though.
I mean, I do sometimes have other stuff I worked on like 2 days before that I'll play. I'll go through a stash of beats or whatever. But I do like making it
right then and there,
because then I can.
I don't know how you do.
Bounce ideas and
see what happens. I don't know.
All right.
We got the drums.
bitches while you called and I was out to dinner with Shy. My phone rang, I declined, now she wondering why. And now I'm fucking trapped in a cycle. I'm lying to these girls while my world is in a spiral. Shorties want me single, others asking for a title. While my main thing is waiting on my arrival. And it's fucked up, trust me, I know that shit. You ever had baggage and you don't know where to throw that shit? So you place it on the people who you thought that you loved. I bet that's something you ain't thought of enough. Trust. See, lately I've been dealing with the fact I feel detached from everything I used to love and all the feelings that I had. Now my heart's cold. LA nights I reminisce about the women that I had. Now I can't seem to trust a bitch and is it my fault? Cause I've been scared to face the truth. I feel like I see myself every time I'm facing you. And is it my fault? Cause I should've came to you. Now I'm making these arrangements I was trying to save for you. And I feel
I don't know how you do it. What is the biggest struggle you would say is for a producer?
The biggest struggle, I guess, for me at least, it's like knowing when an idea is finished, knowing when you want to present it to someone. Like sometimes I'll play a beat that's like half done. Yeah. Well, I think it's half done. Yeah. And then I'll play it for someone. And they're like, "Oh, okay, that's fire." Yeah. Let me get them. Like, all right, so I'm still working on that.
You do that to me all the time.
I do that to a lot of people.
Oh my god. I'm like, yo, Twist. I'm like, yo, Twist, what you got in the stash? And Twist is like, oh, I got a couple of things. And he does a couple of things means 100, but so he plays me 100 beats. I'm like, bro, these are all fire. He's just like, they're not done. I'm like, what? Like,
I don't know. I get in my head sometimes. And
no, I know. You're like, you like to paint the perfect picture.
Sure, yeah. Like
I like that though. It's funny though, because you have so many beats, bro.
Yeah. I try to make at least one a day if I can.
That's so fire. How important is knowing your audio or like your software? How important is that? Like fully understanding that.
It definitely helps. Yeah. But I feel like I haven't really truly figured out what I was doing until like this year. Really? Yeah. Or maybe last year, I guess. Yeah. Before I was just doing it, I was just winging it. Yeah. Winging it for like 10 years. Really? Yeah. But
you winged it professionally.
I figured out how to make it sound good enough to a point that it's like you can play it for people and they don't think it's trash. Yeah. This last year, like I went to school at SAE this last year. Okay. I really learned audio engineering, like how to properly record, how to properly mix. And I still don't really follow all the rules I learned there. I just took kind of the best parts that I thought was good and applied it to what I do now. Yeah. And so I feel like I'm the most knowledgeable I've been since I've started doing this.
So would you still say you're like a student to the game?
Absolutely.
Respectfully.
Yeah. I'm always learning new things about how I can be a better producer, engineer, mixer, whatever.
I love that about you because even though artists give you your flowers on a regular basis when they say your name, they give you your flowers all the time. You're not the type of person to ever act cocky. You'd never. What makes you so humble? Like I ask this question a lot, but you're another person that's so humble where people will be like, "Yo, Twist, you're so good. Yo, Twist, like da da da." You're just like, I mean, I'm trying. Am I right? Am I wrong? Right. That is so. What makes you such a humble person?
I don't know. I know what I do is good, but again, I get in my head and I don't think it's
the best.
Yeah, like I feel like I can always make something better than what I've done. But I mean, recently now I've started to. I've been feeling myself a little. Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
Well, especially like with the people I'm working with now, they really brought the best out of me. So I feel like I can finally like feel good about what I'm making. And
that's beautiful. Yeah. No, that's beautiful. Would you say you started off working with mostly only rappers, right? Who was your first initial singer that you've worked with?
I mean, who was the first singer? I mean, like Eric did sing. He's like a mixture of both. I guess he's primarily a rapper, but first full-on singer. Was it you?
I was just waiting for that. I knew it was me. It was me. I just had to say it. No, I remember that because it was kind of like a project, both of us working together. Yeah. Because when we first collabed, it was more of you were like, this is fun. I was like, this is something new. But you made it so fluent where I didn't think I was your first singer to work with, like strictly singing.
Yeah. Do you remember the first session was like...
Love, it makes me feel so. Right. Shout out to Quez. Quez hit me up. I made a track with Quez, and actually, if you guys didn't know, Love. I'm mad that I just sang that off tone, but
we'll auto-tune it.
Yeah, Love was actually initially recorded over the phone,
Oh, yeah.
So then I sent it to Quez. Quez wrapped it inside the stew and sent it back to me. I'm like, yo, Quez, you bodied this. He's like, yo, we can get in the stew together and you can redo your verse. I'm like, oh, you got a studio out here? The last one I went to, I was not really a fan of. He said, yeah, pull up. He sends me the address. I get to the crib. I'm like, yo, Quez, I think I'm in the wrong place, right? Like, this crib is huge. I'm like, what? I'm in the wrong place. He's like, bro, if you think you're in the wrong place, you're in the right place. I'm like, all right. I walk in the crib. The crib is beautiful. Twist like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, what's up, bro? We walk downstairs, and Quez is like, yeah, it's my boy Twist. He's mad good with what he does. Let's try it out. Bro, I went to the mic, nervous as hell, shaking, all that. I did my thing. I came out. Twist made me sound so great, bro. I was like, yo, I'm going to make it tomorrow. Like, legit, and this is when you thought that you weren't even doing it. You didn't master your craft yet.
I still don't think I've really
You mastered it,
but yeah, like I was really just doing what I thought sounded good.
Yeah. And I was just like, bro, like from then on, anybody that made music that was sort of good, I sent them to you.
No, I appreciate that.
No,
Yeah,
definitely.
got my name out there.
Definitely. I told anybody I could, like, you make music, but if they were bad, I just didn't tell you. But
I mean,
if they were good.
even if I like working with people who aren't even that like to a level where I think they could be. I like bringing the best out of artists.
I love that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter the talent level. You're willing to work.
I'm willing to record.
Willing to record. Yeah.
Like, you want a beat though, you got to be nice.
You want to be customized to you. You got to be nice, respectfully. So I just want to name a couple people that has worked with Twist. I would say that people know of. Mm-hmm. You recorded and enhanced all these folks, I would say. You recorded me, Rich Vocals, Bree, Eric T. Joyce. Yep. Unruly had a session. He's on an intro of a lot of tracks. Shout out to Unruly.
Shout out Unruly.
Razzle, Rob Lennon, Nazi, Bilal, P. Saint, Joe Marte, Stephen Young, etc. Like, if I'm missing someone, I'm sorry. But
that's all local, at least.
Yeah, that's all local around here. Yeah. Like, you've done stuff for other artists that would be named in 2021.
Hello.
Yeah.
But for right now, those are the local artists that you worked with.
Yeah, just about.
That's fire. Did you ever want to be the artist?
When I was starting out, there are songs that'll never be released of me rapping on tracks from like 2011.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you rapping on it?
Yeah, I was rapping.
No way.
I need to hear that. I will pay for that.
I will pay for it so much.
There were some backpack boom bap rapper type beats.
Really?
Yeah, but then I hate the sound of my recorded voice, so I'll probably never watch this episode.
I need that so bad.
But
no,
then I just stuck to producing because that was what I was good at.
That's wild though.
I do like writing like maybe hook ideas for people or something like. So I still have that little bit of writer in me, but I'm much more of a producer.
You're also great at like. It's crazy because when I started singing with you, you're also great at harmonizing.
I do have what they consider perfect pitch, or like, like I can usually figure out the key of a song instantly.
It's wild because you be in the booth like, how would I sing this? And you can hear Twist go, ah, and I'm like,
not that I can execute it, but I can get the idea across.
It's like, fire though, and I'm like, you're right, and then I do it. I'm like, yo, shout out to Twist, man.
I don't know where that came from though. I just sort of hear.
Were you like, is your family like music oriented? Oriented. Wow. Is your family like music oriented?
Not really.
I keep saying it wrong.
Oriented.
Yeah.
Not really. Like I don't know like my younger brother played like in the band, like orchestra, but like I never really played an instrument growing up. In my family, my mom played guitar. Yeah. Like she doesn't anymore. But yeah, not really a musical type family.
So I would say you're pretty good on the piano. How long did that take for you to learn?
I'm like I got the keyboard when I was in third grade. I think it was third grade, and then I sort of just self-taught through like YouTube videos. So it took me a few years, but like I can't read music or anything like that. But I know my scales. I know general music theory.
That's dope.
So there's all just watching YouTube. Learning through that. Yeah.
So what would you say? What's the next instrument that you want to learn?
I have a guitar right now that I'm trying to figure out. I have a bass I'm trying to figure out.
You told me you wanted to learn the bass.
The bass first, probably. Or I don't know if it's helpful to know guitar first and then switch to bass.
Yeah.
But I think a guitar would really help bring a whole other texture and sound to my beats. Like,
yeah, that's fire.
So yeah, probably guitar. Drums too, actually.
I would teach you the drums. I would teach you the drums any day, bro.
I've tried, like I've played on sets, but like I don't have the leg to hand coordination that. But I can do it on pads. And
you're dirty on the pads. He gets crazy. Let Twist go. I probably have a video of it. I'll play it right now. But let Twist go off on the pads on a beat, bro. He'll go crazy.
Yeah, that's my bread and butter,
bro. You'll go crazy, wicked. Do you rather make hip hop beats or R&B beats?
Lately, it's been R&B because I've been working with Steven. Me and him have kind of become a producing kind of partnership.
Yeah.
So he's been bringing out the more melodic R&B side out of me. But my main passion is making hip hop. Chopping up samples, putting drum breaks on them. You know, that's
your sample game is wicked.
Insane.
Appreciate it.
Wicked.
Insane.
He can chop up anything. I remember he was watching. I think you told me you were watching like a Chinese film. And you were like, I liked it, so I chopped it up. And it was like, I was like, what?
I like to find really obscure bits of any sort of media, film, TV, radio thing, and I'll try to chop it up.
That is so fire. Bro, you're a different beast. What is something that you would say distracts you?
Social media.
Twitter?
I don't be tweeting like that, but
you don't be tweeting.
I'm constantly just scrolling through Twitter. I have it on my phone and I have it on my laptop at the same time. I'm like, what am I doing? Put this down.
That is so funny.
That's a big distraction, I'd say.
Do you ever feel unmotivated? I feel like you've always said yes to a studio session.
Yeah, but sometimes deep down I do not want to be in that session. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, respectfully.
But yeah. I do feel unmotivated a lot. Actually.
Yeah,
it takes a lot sometimes to get me to like make something. Like other days, it depends on the day. I guess I don't know.
I want to hear like I've outside looking in. Like I've never witnessed you unmotivated. So like you don't really show it as much, or
yeah, I guess I don't really. I don't really show. I don't emote as much as I usually should. I guess. Yeah. But. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's just not the day where I'm like, I can't do this right now. Like, I thought about giving up a lot.
Really? That was the next question. You've thought about giving up?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, because it was only until last year where I really wanted to take this serious. That's why I went to engineering school. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, you put your foot
like
down.
Before that, I was like, should I be doing this? Am I really that good? Like, I don't know.
You're really, bro. I'm here to tell you, you're so great, bro.
Yeah, I get in my head sometimes.
No, respectfully, I feel like that's what every mastermind always doubts themselves, and I'm here to tell you, you're a freaking mastermind. Like I'm here to give you your flowers. There's so many artists that wouldn't be who they are today because of you.
It's a fact.
That's a fact. I love it. What is your What is your future goals for like KTwist? Like speaking into, you know who I am. You know for a T who I am.
I mean, up until this year, like it's kind of changed within the last year. Like before, I just want to be a producer. I want to maybe have my own studio or something.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I have the potential where I want to be like the best producer.
I love that, like, and it's so
I want to be
doable for
the
you.
most sought after. Like what I'm doing right now, we're trying to change the sound of New York hip hop, New York R&B, whatever. Yeah. I feel like I have the potential to do something.
No, I 100% agree with you. Like, there's sometimes people speak it into existence, and I'm like, okay, I want you to attain that. I think you have that in your hand right already.
It's coming,
and you just need the right parts, and you're good.
Yeah,
respectfully.
I would like to have maybe my own label at some point or something, like a roster of artists.
Yeah.
I think that would be, I don't know.
I think a lot of people would like to learn from you.
Yeah. I mean.
So if you could, I know you're not in front of your whole setup. If you could, what is like the steps to creating the beat? Like, how do you go? Just off the rip. Like, if you want to make a beat off the top of your head.
I mean, It depends. If I feel like I want to sample something, then I find the sample first.
Yeah.
I'll usually hear the part in the sample that I want to take.
Yeah.
I'll chop it up, put it on my keys, figure out a pattern that loops properly, and then I'll do the drums.
Okay.
Sometimes I do the drums first, and then I have like a batch of samples I've already chopped up.
Yeah.
And then I'll try seeing which one of those samples will fit this drum.
Yeah.
That works sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then once the sample and everything's put together, then I'll start adding the bass line or the keys.
You love the bass line.
Bass line's a very important step in the.
You go off on the bass line. You see Twist go like this on the bass line on the keys, it's over, bro.
Yeah.
You're going in. You would say the bass line is the most important part of the beat, or
lately I've been feeling like if the beat doesn't have a good bass line, it's not gonna grab. It's like the centerpiece of the beat. I feel like, and everything else is just sort of like dressed up on top of the bass line.
Yeah.
The bass line really brings it up together.
Yeah. Have you ever been mad during a session?
Mad. I've never like flipped out at anyone during a session. I don't think. Maybe I've internally been like, "Oh man, I don't want to record this guy right now." Yeah, I've never really had like a session that's been like this dude's got to get out of here right now. Like, no, it's more. You know, it's funny. He probably doesn't want me saying this. When I was recording Quez early on.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'd be like a struggle to record
Quez.
He was still figuring out his sound.
Yeah. He was. I've been there for like.
If you listen to early Quez, you sound mad different than what he sounds now. He's like a whole new artist now.
Totally different.
But sometimes there'd be sessions where you're like, oh, all right, let's get this over with.
That's funny.
But he's one of my favorite artists to work with.
No, seriously, Quez is. I watch him. Quez. When I'm there, when I have the next session up, but Quez is a very talented, very driven, sees what he wants, man. Now, early on, he was still trying to figure it out because on my track, he was a rapper.
That's right.
He was a rapper. Now he's melodic rapping.
He can do it all now.
Yeah, he can do it all. So it's nice to see that little journey he went on. Hopefully he gets on the pod, you know what I'm saying?
Soon enough.
Come on.
I think he's the one I have, like, if you look at my folders of artists, I think his folder has the most amount of tracks in there.
Really?
Probably over 500 something. I don't even know. Yeah, it's crazy.
Shout out Quez. He got gems in there.
Yeah.
That's funny. How expensive would you say is it to get started having a whole studio, producing?
To get started, it's not that expensive. I don't know. It can be, but
yeah.
You need a computer. You can do it on your phone, honestly. At this point.
Yeah.
If you just have a cell phone and the right app and a little microphone, you can get
right.
Yeah. But the basics you need are if you want to be a producer or engineer.
I mean, you do both, right?
I do both. If you're just trying to record people, you just get an interface and a mic and a computer, basic recording software. That's really all you need. And then you just you slowly, the more you record, the better you're going to get.
You'll learn more of the process. Yeah.
But once you start getting serious with it, it can be expensive. You got to get a good mic. You got to get the best interface.
Yeah.
You know,
once you start to get serious.
Yeah.
Also, when I know I do this a lot because I don't like to go to the studio with a lot of people. When an artist asks for your opinion, do you like to give your true, honest opinion, or do you not want to sway their judgment? I try to keep it I'll let an artist know if I think that if they can do a better take. I never word it like that was trash. Do that again. No, you never will. I always try to make them see oh, that was good. Let's try that one more time. That's my number one thing. If I don't like a take, I'll just say try that one more time. Yeah. No,
I've heard Twist say that so many times.
Truly, no, seriously. Yeah, let's try that one more time.
I don't give my opinion. I just say just try it one more time.
Yeah,
it might be better. It might be worse. Who knows?
Yeah.
But definitely. Usually it's always better.
It's always better because I can hear what they're going for.
Yeah.
And I know if they hit that note just a little differently, I can maybe just guide them to get to hit that.
Who do you think is the top number one producer in the game right now?
I don't really pay attention to producers like I did before.
No.
Yeah, since I used to study I said Kanye, Alchemist, Timbaland, Pharrell, whatever. Yeah. But then since the trap era kind of began,
yeah.
I've kind of lost like I feel like I don't want to say this in a negative way. But
No.
A lot of producers had the same kind of sound, so I was like, I couldn't really tell who produced what. But I mean, there's still crazy producers. Like, I mean, some recent ones. You got like Pierre Bourne right now. I think he's really good with the trap sound and everything. I mean, Mike Will made it.
Pierre is the Pierre.
Yeah, he produced a lot of like Cardi records.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What was the question again? Oh,
Who's the top
producer in the game right now?
Yeah.
I mean, well, for me personally, who am I paying attention to right now?
I know you got a lot going on for yourself.
I mean, Alchemist has always been one of my favorite.
Alchemist is fire.
He's still killing it.
Yeah,
like with the gritty, dirty, like hip hop sound sampling. Like he's one of my favorites.
Respectfully, I would say, from my opinion, the top one right now, I think Hit Boy.
Hit Boy had a great year.
He had a great
in 2020.
He had a great year in 2020
for sure.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he's always been like respected. I feel like, but this was the year where he really made a name for himself. I think. Right.
Who was the producer for Drake?
Oh, 40, of course.
Yeah.
He's a big influence, I think, too.
He's fire.
Yeah.
40's fire. And he's calm. I think he's a really calm individual.
No, I relate to him.
Yeah, he's
always
fire.
been behind the scenes kind of guy.
Yeah. If there is one tip you could give to a producer, what would you give? That's a producer, just a producer that wants to start producing soon.
Learn music theory. I think if you can know basic scale, you can translate it to like any instrument.
Yeah.
And it'll be easier for you to create.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Find if you want to be a producer who produces for artists, or if you just want to make beats, it's different. Like if you want to make beats for an artist, don't. I used to do this a lot. Don't overproduce the song.
Oh, okay.
Leave space for the artist to actually do something.
Yeah.
Like,
I see what you're saying.
Not every beat needs a synth solo at the end.
That's how
it feels in a lot of my early
I
beats.
see what you're saying.
I had mad a lot of stuff going on, that's taking up the room for where the vocals should be. So as I think about the artists you want to work with, think about how you want to structure the beat out. Yeah.
Respectfully, how about for an engineer?
For an engineer, properly recording someone is the most important. If you get a good recording, that's less work you have to do
in the future,
in the post. So just learn how to record.
Yeah. That's smart.
Because a lot of people, they'll send me songs to mix, and like they record at such a low level. Sometimes they'll record at such a high level where it's distorting and everything.
Yeah,
Then I can't really fix that.
There's not much that you can do with it. Because it's so distorted or too low.
Knowing how to record someone's very important.
Yeah. All right. So now I got a great one. What was your thought for season 1 of The Loft? Because you were behind that mastermind as well.
That was an interesting experience.
Yeah.
It went from like me doing a favor for you to me being part of it.
Yo, seriously, one day this is how season 1 honestly started, and he's my witness. Mm-hmm. I'm addicted to the Joe Budden podcast, and I'm addicted to so many podcasts, but the Joe Budden podcast was my favorite.
That's another big distraction for me, listening to podcasts.
Podcasts for me too, honestly. But I was such an addiction to podcasts in general, and I was just like, yo, I need to make one. Like, why? I know I listen to a lot. Why can't I contribute to this community also, where I think people would listen to me?
No, once you told me that, I was like, you're the perfect person.
Yeah. I was like, this will be fun. So I'm like, I hit up Ozzy, I hit up Stretch, I hit up Cody, and I'm like, yo, you guys want to be on the podcast? We all have super different views. Yeah. This would be so interesting. And every single one of them said, we're going to go hard. Let's do it. I said, dope. Then I thought, who's the best piece for this? Like, I call you the key for almost anything I do that has sound with it. And that's everything I do. Because you've helped me with everything. Yeah. Legit. I can give you my flowers right now. You've helped me with everything I've done with music, with even advice about cameras. Like, you gave me advice about that. And with this podcasting thing, you've been the key on the soundboard. Twist says, yo, I'd help you out. Yeah, no doubt. I can help you out. And I'm thinking, I can just do this I can learn from Twist this one time and I can do it myself. Right. I realized that is not possible. Like, I mean, if I wanted the basic sound, yes.
I mean, the show was bigger than what I thought it was going to be. Yeah. Like, I thought it was just going to be regular audio podcast. Yeah. Like, I didn't even realize there was cameras involved at the time.
Yeah.
And it just became this whole show.
Yeah, it became the whole entire show.
So then I was like, okay, I'm going to be involved.
I love that. And to get the cosign from Twist, it feels different. It definitely it feels different. Because Twist, I've witnessed him be like, oh, that's cool. But he never, like, moved along with something. So the fact that when I asked Twist about, like, joining me, and you were like, no, yeah. And
I was excited.
And then you came back. And then you came back again. I was like, I have something here. I was like, I definitely I was so excited. I was like, I got something here. So like I was hyped. So and then I think we had such an amazing podcast, but
we had a good thing.
Yeah. But then our key went to school.
Yeah, I left for school towards the end of it.
Yeah.
And then that sort of shut everything down for a little while.
Because it would be me and you.
Yeah.
Setting up, breaking down.
Oh yeah.
You mostly editing everything.
Yeah.
I'd come over, check over everything, but you would mostly edit everything.
No, I'm glad I'm not doing that this season.
This season's just me, but you would edit everything. You would you were the key, and I thank you for that.
Appreciate it, man. Anything I can do for you.
That's love. But what is your initial thought? Like, do you have a favorite episode? Do you have a favorite moment, or that comes to your head?
I do. That comes to my head. I occasionally do watch the old episodes.
Yeah. Me too.
We had some funny moments.
We
sure.
did.
Mike Didioso episode was
Mike Didioso.
Mike is funniest dude. One of the dopest guys.
That was a funny episode.
Yeah.
Mike is so funny. He's organically funny. Like, and check out Mike because he also does like poems, freestyles, and he's dirty at it. Like motivational talks. Like, shout out Mike Didioso. Check him out for a fact.
That was one of my favorites. We went to the hookah lounge.
We did the Fire and Ice. We did record there. It was different for me because there was too much hookah in the air, but it was definitely an experience because they just opened up and we got the opportunity to record there. We were supposed to do a restaurant one.
I know. I was always looking forward to that episode.
A couple of restaurants wanted to work with me and said, you guys can record here and we'll do food taste and we'll get that done. But the way we fell off at the end, it was kind of hard, but that would have been fun.
Maybe season 3, we'll see.
Maybe season 3. You know, I'm changing up constantly. You ready for your rapid questions?
Oh boy, let's go.
You know, none of them are rapid. You're here for every episode. But top 3 favorite artists.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna ask me that. I was like, I'm trying to think of like
top 3 or top 5.
Just favorite artists in general.
Really?
I mean, cliche answer, but Kendrick really did change everything for me.
Really? Kendrick Lamar?
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Was big for me. Still is. Who else? Top 3. Kanye.
Kanye West. Yes.
I mean, ignoring all the stuff he's been doing recently.
Musically. Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Did you think he fell off with any album, or you think he's been constant?
His career has been very up and down for me. Like the first 4 or 5 albums are classics for me.
Yeah.
Even though when 808s and Heartbreak came out, I hated it when it came out.
You didn't like 808s when it first came out?
Yeah. And it really grew on me like very quickly.
808s and Heartbreaks was higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think the Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, that was like his peak as a producer and a rapper. And then it's slowly been kind of down from there. Yeezus had a lot of dope production, but his lyrics were
Yeah.
And then what did he have after that? Life of Pablo.
Yeah, Life of Pablo.
I didn't like that initially.
I wasn't.
That's kind of grown on me now too.
Yeah.
He has some songs on there, and then it's just sort of been downhill since then.
Respectively.
Though I did like the Kids See Ghosts album with Cudi.
Yeah, that was smooth. There a couple tracks for me.
Yeah.
Cudi was different for me on this one. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, on Cudi's latest album?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it overall. He was trying to capture the Man in the Moon vibes, you know. Who else top artists?
You got Kanye West and you got Kendrick.
I mean, there's just so many.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a ton.
Yeah. If we're just talking rappers, yeah, Earl Sweatshirt.
Earl, we used to get hype off of that. Not many people agreed with me when I said Earl. Yeah. Earl is dirty.
Earl's dirty, bro.
Earl is so dirty, and his way of rapping is just out of this world.
The way he puts together different syllables and like
it's wicked. It's nothing. Like Tyler used to rap like kind of like Earl.
Kind of, they had a similar.
But they switched up.
Even Tyler's one of my favorite artists now too.
Really?
Another one, Childish Gambino.
Childish Gambino, yes, definitely, respectfully.
You put me on to Masego.
Masego.
I've been bumping him heavy.
Masego's my favorite after Brent Faiyaz now, but Masego's I love Brent, but Masego's definitely when I came over and I said, "Yo, check out." No, you came here. It was before a podcast. I came here, yeah. And I was like, "Yo, check out this artist Masego." You're like, "Who is he?" I played it, and we were both like, "Bro."
And the fact he's producing all this stuff.
Plays the saxophone.
Whenever an artist like produces their own thing, I always respect him more.
Respectfully.
Or I get into their stuff more. Because they're creating their own sound and like.
Respectfully.
Yeah. But there's so many more artists I could name. But
yeah, we could go on for days. Yeah. Especially talking music with Twist, I promise you, is so fun. I promise you. Yeah. What is your favorite sport to watch?
Ooh.
I switched it up on you.
I'm not really a huge sports guy, but I do watch like Wimbledon tennis.
Really? Are you nice at tennis?
Yeah, I played varsity tennis.
Really?
School. Yeah.
I feel like you would smack me up in tennis. I feel like you'd be.
It's been a long time, but I could probably get it back.
That's funny. Who was your favorite tennis player, if you had to say?
I mean, I didn't really follow like
tennis not like that. Yeah, you would just watch it.
Yeah, like Nadal, I guess.
Yeah. I asked you this already, but you'd rather be the teacher. You'd rather be the student than the teacher.
Because it depends on who the teacher
is teaching you.
Is teaching me.
Okay.
But I do low-key like just giving information out there, just to try to help people.
Educating,
yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know, but I do like learning. I do learn something new every day, in terms of music and all that stuff.
Yeah. What's your take on the talent in Utica?
I mean, I never really paid attention to what was going on up until like I feel like I met you.
Yeah.
And you really turned me on to like all the talent. Like, there's so many much talent around here. It's blown me away. Honestly.
Yeah, there's so much talent. It's crazy.
Even like working with someone like Rachel recently.
Yeah, Rachel. Exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of talented people out here, and I've worked with most of them.
Majority of them. Yeah. And if you haven't, you need to tap in with Twist. You need to tap in, as Cody would say. Yo, tap in. Like, tune in, tap in. Do you believe this music thing created long-lasting friends?
I mean, yeah, I feel like most of my friends today are through music.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Twist is but Twist is my dude, like my dog, like for real, my homie. Like,
yeah,
I'd go to the ends for the homie. Like, there were so many times where Twist did not have to help me, but he said, "Yeah, I got you," and that's like, it's rare in a person. So, thank you again.
I appreciate it.
Giving you your flowers every second I can. What's one thing you want people to think of or to know or remind themselves of when they hear the name KTwist? Like, what's the first thought you want someone to have when they hear the name KTwist?
The GOAT. no, I'm kidding.
The GOAT.
I don't know. I just be respected in this area. I don't know. Just,
so humble. So humble.
Yeah.
I feel like if I can answer for you,
I'll go for it.
I would want you, when you hear the name KTwist, I want you to hear consistent, and exquisite. Exquisite. Because you're gonna get this. You're never gonna get like a bad. Oh, you mixed this weird. You're gonna get like, oh, this was better than.
I've occasionally gotten like. I mean, I don't want to get into it.
I don't want to get into it, but I've never heard any comment of saying like, "Yo, this was mixed weird." I always hear, "Oh, this is fire. Oh, this was fire. Twist went off on this." Like, respectively.
I try. I mean,
respectively.
That's why I went to school for it, because I knew I had to take this seriously and like hone in my craft. And just, but I wouldn't even say you have to go to school for it to really, because I am mostly self-taught.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I just try to do what I think works best. It sounds good,
What's your opinion on season 2 of The Loft?
I love what you're doing with this right now.
Yeah.
I mean, this has so much potential.
Seriously.
Yeah. I don't know. This is just, it feels more professional now.
But yeah.
It's a real show right now. Yeah. Not to say like last year wasn't, but this just feels like you really know what you want to do this time. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
Again, the co-sign with Twist just makes me feel good. And the fact that he's behind the soundboard for every episode makes me feel comfortable. Like, I feel like, okay, that's set. Josh is behind the cameras and that's set. And I think I got the two best people for this, bruh. Like, thank you guys. To add on to this, what's next for KTwist?
What's next? I mean, I still feel like I'm at like the infancy of my career doing this. Like, I'm really just starting to figure out where this is going. Yeah. So like in the next few years, I'm trying to get my name out there to like in the industry. Yeah. Have like big artists try to come and work with.
Trust me, we know. We can't announce yet, but we know.
Maybe by the time this episode's out, something's dropped.
Yeah.
If not, we'll cut it out. It's fine.
Respectively.
I have a lot of big things planned for this year. I just want, like, especially with me and Steven working together now, like we're creating a sound. I think it's gonna be highly sought after.
No, seriously.
So it's like, we're trying to change the game right now.
I love it. Twist, where can they find you, man?
I mean, I'm on Twitter at ConRTwist, on Instagram at K._twist. I'll do my best to get back to you, because I'm not great at doing that.
Yeah. Busy man.
Yeah. That's where you can find me.
Man, check it out. KTwist.
Wow.
There is honestly nobody I can co-sign more than KTwist. Like, everybody I know runs to KTwist for what they need for the music realm. So I'm telling you right now, you need to tune in with KTwist. I'm sure he'll get back to you if he has the free time, because he's a busy man. Trust me, he's a busy man. But this man is next up. I'm just grateful to be connected with the man, respectfully. This is Loft Season 2.
Season 2.
Josh, you got something to say?
Bro, I've been struggling so much right now. This episode. I'm trying to.
It's not as easy as it looks.
I'm trying to do the soundboard, and my contact fell. I can't see how much. I don't know if you guys.
It's so funny for this episode.
I saw Rich looking at me, and I'm like, bro, my eye.
That's so funny.
I only got half vision right now, but I did it. I think it's good. I think it was good. We did good.
We've been recording, right?
Yeah. Everything's going.
Okay, good. Hopefully this is all great, guys. But Loft Season 2, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Tell me what you think. And thank you, Twist.
Thanks for having me, man.
For a fact. We tuning out. That was fun.
That was great.
That was fun. Bro.